Imagine a vast frozen desert, a place where the horizon stretches endlessly, and the ground beneath your feet is a solid sheet of ice. The silence is broken only by the wind howling across the ice, a relentless force that shapes the landscape and chills to the bone. This is Greenland, a land of stark beauty and unforgiving conditions. Its icy expanse is both mesmerizing and treacherous, a place where survival is a daily battle. But beneath the surface, a secret lay hidden. A secret that has been buried for decades, concealed by the very ice that defines this land. A secret from the darkest days of the Cold War, a time when the world was on the brink of nuclear annihilation and every nation was racing to develop the ultimate weapon, a network of tunnels carved into the ice, housing a weapon of unimaginable destructive power. These tunnels were a feat of engineering, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. This was Project Iceworm, America's secret Arctic weapon, a project so covert that even many within the military were unaware of its existence. This was no ordinary weapon. It was a network of mobile nuclear missile launch sites designed to strike at the heart of the Soviet Union with devastating precision. The idea was to create a system that could be moved and hidden within the ice, making it nearly impossible for the enemy to detect and destroy. The ice itself was the shield, the cold a silent guardian. It provided a natural cover, a fortress of frozen water that protected the deadly arsenal within. But the ice, as we shall see, is a fickle guardian. It moves, it shifts, it can crush the ambitions of men. The very element that was supposed to protect the project became its greatest threat. The relentless pressure of the ice caused tunnels to collapse, equipment to fail, and the dream of an impenetrable Arctic fortress to crumble. The ambitions of Project Iceworm were ultimately buried by the very ice that was meant to safeguard them. Today, the remnants of this ambitious project lie forgotten, a testament to a time when the world teetered on the edge of destruction. The ice has reclaimed its domain, erasing the traces of human endeavor. As we look upon the serene and untouched landscape of Greenland, it's hard to imagine the secrets it once held. The ice, ever-changing and eternal, continues to guard its mysteries, a silent witness to the ambitions and follies of mankind. The world in the 1950s and 60s lived under the shadow of the mushroom cloud. The threat of nuclear annihilation was a constant presence, a dark cloud hanging over the heads of every man, woman, and child. It was a time when the fear of the unknown and the unimaginable gripped the hearts of millions. The United States and the Soviet Union, locked in a deadly embrace, amassed nuclear arsenals of terrifying power. Each nation sought to outdo the other, creating weapons of mass destruction that could obliterate entire cities in the blink of an eye. The arms race was not just a show of strength, but a demonstration of technological prowess and a warning to the world. Fear and suspicion were the currency of the day. Propaganda fueled the flames of paranoia, and the public was constantly reminded of the ever-present threat. Families built fallout shelters in their backyards. Schools conducted duck and cover drills, and the media perpetuated the narrative of an imminent nuclear war. Each side sought any advantage, any technology that could tip the balance of terror in their favor. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly in secret labs, developing new weapons and defense systems. The race for technological superiority was relentless, with each breakthrough bringing the world closer to the brink of disaster. In this atmosphere of paranoia, Project Iceworm was born. Conceived in secrecy, it was a bold and audacious plan to establish a network of nuclear missile launch sites beneath the Greenland ice sheet. The project was a testament to the lengths to which nations would go to secure their dominance. The Arctic, once a remote and desolate wasteland, became a potential battleground. Its strategic importance was recognized by both superpowers, and the race to control this frozen frontier began. The harsh and unforgiving environment posed significant challenges, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. The shortest route between the two superpowers lay over the North Pole. This direct path made the Arctic a critical region for military strategy. Control of the Arctic meant having the upper hand in the event of a nuclear conflict, and both nations were determined to stake their claim. Greenland, a Danish territory with close ties to the US, offered a strategic location for America's icy Gambit. The island's proximity to the Soviet Union made it an ideal site for Project Iceworm. The collaboration between the US and Denmark was crucial, as it provided the necessary support and resources to undertake such a monumental endeavor. The plan was audacious, even reckless: bury hundreds of nuclear missiles beneath the Greenland ice cap. Move them constantly through a network of tunnels, making them virtually untargetable. The Soviets would never know where to strike, living in perpetual fear of a nuclear winter. To achieve this, the US Army Corps of Engineers embarked on a feat of engineering unlike any other. They would have to carve a city out of the ice itself. A city with living quarters, power plants, research facilities, and of course, launch sites for the deadly nuclear arsenal. This was Camp Century, a testament to human ingenuity and a chilling reminder of our capacity for destruction. Camp Century was a marvel of engineering and a testament to the Cold War mindset. Carved into the Greenland ice sheet, it was a self-sustaining underground city. It had dormitories, a mess hall, a library, even a barber shop, all powered by a nuclear reactor buried deep within the ice. But life in Camp Century was far from ordinary. The air was thin, the temperature constantly below freezing. The sun disappeared for months on end, plunging the inhabitants into perpetual darkness. The psychological strain was immense. Yet the men and women of Camp Century persevered, driven by patriotism, fear, and the chilling reality of the Cold War. Section 5. The heart of the Iceworm, a nuclear reactor. At the heart of Camp Century, literally and figuratively, was the nuclear reactor. It provided power for the entire facility, a beacon of heat and light in the icy darkness. But the reactor was also a source of constant anxiety. A meltdown, though unlikely, would have been catastrophic. The radioactive material could contaminate the ice cap, poisoning the environment for generations to come. The dangers were real and ever-present, a constant reminder of the high stakes of the Cold War. Section 6. Shifting ice. The end of a dream. The men and women of Camp Century faced many challenges, but none so formidable as the ice itself. They were pioneers, venturing into one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth, driven by a vision of strategic advantage and scientific discovery. The harsh Arctic conditions tested their resolve daily, but it was the ice that proved to be their greatest adversary. The very substance that provided cover also posed the greatest threat. The Greenland ice cap, a vast and seemingly impenetrable fortress, was anything but stable. It was a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting and changing, its movements imperceptible to the naked eye, but powerful enough to reshape the landscape. The ice cap, far from being static, was in constant motion. It moved with a slow, relentless force, driven by the weight of centuries of accumulated snow and ice. This movement created a dynamic and unpredictable environment, where the ground beneath their feet could shift without warning. It shifted, it groaned, it threatened to crush the tunnels and bury the dream of Project Iceworm. The sounds of the ice were a constant reminder of the immense forces at play, a symphony of creaks and groans that echoed through the tunnels, a haunting soundtrack to their daily lives. Cracks appeared in the walls, tunnels deformed under the immense pressure. The engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to reinforce the structures, but the ice was relentless. It was a battle they could not win, a slow-motion collapse that played out over months and years. The nuclear reactor, once a symbol of American ingenuity, became a liability. It was a marvel of engineering, designed to provide a reliable source of power in the most extreme conditions. But as the ice closed in, the risks associated with its operation grew. The risk of a meltdown, however small, was deemed too great. The potential consequences of a nuclear accident in such a remote and fragile environment were unthinkable. The decision was made to shut down the reactor and abandon the project. In 1967, after just a few short years, Project Iceworm was abandoned. The dream of a hidden Arctic weapon entombed in ice was no more. The men and women of Camp Century left behind their hopes and their hard work, retreating from the relentless advance of the ice. The dream of a hidden Arctic weapon entombed in ice was no more. The remnants of Camp Century now lie buried beneath the snow, a testament to human ambition and the unforgiving power of nature. The story of Project Iceworm serves as a reminder of the limits of human ingenuity and the enduring strength of the natural world. Section 7, a toxic legacy, the environmental cost. The abandonment of Camp Century did not erase its presence. Tons of waste, including diesel fuel, sewage, and radioactive coolant from the reactor, were left behind. The assumption was that the waste would be entombed in the ice, safely out of sight and out of mind. But the ice, as we are increasingly aware, is not a reliable vault. Climate change is causing the ice cap to melt at an alarming rate. The toxic legacy of Project Iceworm, once buried deep within the ice, is now at risk of being released into the environment. Section 8, lessons from the ICE Project Iceworm's legacy. Project Iceworm, though a failure in a military sense, offers valuable lessons. It reminds us of the hubris of humanity, our willingness to tamper with nature in the name of security. It highlights the unintended consequences of our actions, the toxic legacy we leave for future generations, and perhaps most importantly, it underscores the fragility of our planet. The Arctic, once a symbol of remoteness and resilience, is now on the front lines of climate change. The melting ice cap is a stark reminder that even the most ambitious human endeavors pale in comparison to the power of nature. Section 9, conclusion, the chilling reminder. Project Iceworm remains a chilling reminder of the Cold War, a time when the world teetered on the brink of nuclear annihilation. It is a story of ambition, ingenuity, and ultimately failure, but it is also a story of our enduring impact on the planet, the toxic legacy we leave behind. As the ice melts and the secrets of Camp Century are revealed, we are forced to confront the consequences of our actions and the urgent need to protect our fragile planet.